Engineer Shomari Omar Shomari, Deputy Principal Secretary, Ministry of Infrastructure, Communication and Transport. Professor John S. Nkoma, Board Chair, Universal Communication Services Access Fund, Tanzania. And thank you very much for the very good presentation. It is very much, enlightening. Most of us, if not all, have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the presentation. Engineer Othman Sharif Khatib, Chair of the Board of Directors TCRA, and also Chair of the CTO. Ms. Bernadette Lewis, Secretary General, CTO. Dr. Jabiri Kue Bakari, Director General, Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority. Ms. Sherian Sile, Manager Human Resource Telecommunication Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, and Chair, Program for Development and Training, Commonwealth Telecommunication Organization. Members of the CTO here present, chairs, speakers, and panelists, delegates from the Commonwealth and beyond here present, delegates who are following us through online, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and assalamu alaikum. First of all, let me thank the Almighty God for blessing us with good health and allowed us to travel from various parts of the country and across the world and meet here for this important event. On behalf of the people of Zanzibar, we welcome you all to these exotic and beautiful islands of Zanzibar, and we hope you will enjoy your stay with us here. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me also to commend the Ministry of Infrastructure, Communication and Information Technology of Tanzania mainland for sustaining good partnership between the Tanzania Telecommunication Regulatory Authority and the Commonwealth Telecommunication Organization. Let me further commend the CTO and its entire management team for choosing this dynamic and very important theme. The CTO Human Resources and ICT Forum 2023, focusing on digital transformation, building a future-ready HR. It is really quite a relevant theme and very timely, especially during this current era where the use of information and communication technology is of necessity for increasing efficiency and productivity. Previous speakers have emphasized on this, that now ICT is not an option, it is a necessity. And indeed it is a necessity. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, in the current world, most activities in our life are facilitated by information and communication technologies. To keep up with the pace of other countries, Tanzania is undergoing digital transformation reflected by the growing number of people connected to communication and internet services so as to enable the government deliver services to its intended citizens. Digital technology is pivotal to delivering services to citizens and help to address a range of socio-economic challenges in our society. This is achieved through availability of infrastructure and related affordable services, such as the internet to the citizens, which in turn facilitate the delivery of government services to the society. The importance of ICT infrastructure have well been explained by Professor Nkoma. And really, if you want to go a long way ahead, government have to invest in ICT infrastructure. And Tanzania is just doing that. Our country is implementing digital transformation initiatives whereby digital technologies and the internet services are now serving as platform for improving service delivery, such as in healthcare, in agriculture, education, commerce, information sharing, employment, and transportation services, as compared to the traditional way we had before of delivering the services in a traditional, or rather in a traditional way. Recognizing the importance of digital transformation in aspects of human life, our government in the United Republic of Tanzania have made deliberate efforts in implementing several initiatives for using ICT for socio-economic development. And this includes setting up of National ICT Policy of 2016 for mainland Tanzania, and ICT Policy of 2013 for Zanzibar. We are now in Zanzibar in the process of revisiting this policy, and very soon we shall come up with a new piece of policy which goes with the current development. These policies give directive in all spheres of the ICT ecosystems. These policies also are in line with the National Development Vision 2025 for mainland Tanzania and Development Vision 2015 for Zanzibar, that amongst others clearly state that by 2025, the country needs to have a well-educated society in terms of quantity and quality educations, skills, and knowledge at all levels of education. The implementation of national policies and strategies has improved the ICT landscape, such as mobile network population coverage. The numbers and figures show that it has increased from almost 51 million mobile subscribers in December 2020 to close to 62 million in March 2023. While internet users have reached close to 33 million as of March 2023, as compared to 28.5 million in December 2020. Further, the United Republic of Tanzania has deployed various systems to enhance service delivery in various sectors, including health, as I said earlier, education, mining, agriculture, land, and businesses. For Zanzibar, we have developed and launched the first Zanzibar Digital Health Strategy of 2020-2021 to 2024-2025 in September 2020. The strategy focuses on addressing issues in the quality and equitable distribution of health services for all. The Zanzibar Digital Health Strategy outlines the government outlines how the government intends to leverage digital health technologies to meet health sector goals and objectives. In Zanzibar, we have almost 11 districts, Nguja and Pemba, and all these districts are connected to the national fiber backbone, which has expanded the internet institutional connectivity and facilitated mobile and digital services such as mobile banking, e-commerce, and digital payment systems. Almost 98% of government institutions are already connected to the national fiber backbone. Further, the government of Zanzibar, in collaboration with the government of the United Republic of Tanzania, through TCRA and UCSAF, has established the centers in all districts of Zanzibar so as to give access to the digital services to the local community, but also these centers act as training center for the people around them. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, major digital transformation challenges in Tanzania are around digital skills and education, but also digital security and reliability, innovation, and public administration transform, just to mention a few. So these areas, we need to focus on them to redress the situation, or rather to overcome the inherent challenges. The issue of digital security and reliability is also of paramount importance, just to make sure everyone in Tanzania enjoys a safe and a protected digital space, and security that threaten are not supposed to hinder digital transformation and the use of digital services. In realizing that, the government has enacted different laws that deals with digital transformation in Tanzania, like the Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority Act of 2003, ICT Commission Instrument, Universal Communication Services Access Fund Act, Electronic and Postal Communication Act, EPOCA, Cybercrime Act, E-Transaction Act, Tanzania Telecommunications Act, and Commission for Science and Technology Act, but also we have the National Payment System Act and Fair Competition Act, just to mention a few. So you can see the legislative landscape of Tanzania, focusing on ICT, focusing on communication. Some of these definitely may need revision, and they will be revisited very soon, but at least in terms of policy framework and in terms of legislative framework, we are very much okay the way we are to advance in the use of digital technologies. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, I'm indebted to recognize the excellent work of the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organization. They have been performing to its members in several areas, which include consultancy services in different ICT projects, implementation of ICT projects, capacity building in different aspects, knowledge sharing. The forum that you have organized here is an evidence by itself on the way you put priority on the issues of capacity building. We thank you very much for this. For the case of Tanzania, our memory is still very fresh for several CTO undertakings in our country, which include organizing the Digital Broadcasting Switchover Forum Africa 2014, which was held in Arusha from 11th to 13th February 2014, and it was hosted by the Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority and the Ministry of Communication, Science and Technology of the United Republic of Tanzania. This event enabled the policymakers and regulators to interact with the broadcasters, content developers, broadcaster network infrastructure providers and operators, and equipment manufacturer to discuss challenges, solutions, opportunities in the competitive and innovative broadcasting industry. The adoption of the Commonwealth cyber governance model, which contains key principles, has enabled Commonwealth countries to adopt in the governance of cyberspace. In 2014, the CTO developed the Commonwealth approach for developing national cybersecurity strategies to serve as a guide for countries to develop their own individual national cybersecurity strategies. The guide provides practical advice and proposes actions that can be adopted by countries to suit their individual circumstances. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in order to understand this approach, the CTO held a regional information infrastructure protection workshop, which involved many stakeholders from many relevant government ministries, departments and agencies, private and public sector, academia, civil society group, and from this initiative, in 2016, CTO, in collaboration with the government of Tanzania, conducted consultant services for developing national cybersecurity strategy for Tanzania. So we can see here how much CTO has done to Tanzania. Quite a lot in terms of setting the model, but also providing consultant services for the development of national cybersecurity strategy for Tanzania. We still hope that we'll continue to collaborate and work together with the CTOs, for further development in the digitalization process. We count on you for support and collaboration, and of course for partnership as well. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm well informed that this forum will not only deliberate on the need for organizations to embrace digital technologies in a manner that effectively fosters digital transformation, but also will highlight the need for an engaged, future-ready workforce and a culture that enables workers to seamlessly adapt to the disruptive, innovative technologies that will emerge. This is vital and complement our efforts as of our two governments are committed to implement various measures to ensure every citizen in Tanzania possesses digital skills and education that exploit the available digital space, tools, and the processes to make our country a better place to live. I urge all participants here to be very active and to be very interactive, but also be very attentive to all presentations that will be made in these 2 days. You have to be very active and interactive because sometimes opportunities never come twice. So this is an opportunity that many people would like to have. I was very attentive when Madam CEO Secretary General was saying that sometimes people of our age, I think we are in the last bracket of the age group. Yeah, it's not easy to get this kind of opportunity. So because you are here and these opportunities are available to you, so use it effectively because you will need it, but your organization will need it, and our countries need it in order to bring rapid socio-economic development in our countries. I'm informed that 11 countries are represented in this forum. Please use this forum to share ideas, share experiences, and use it as a learning platform to increase your skills and knowledge in the digital technologies. In conclusion, allow me once again to thank CTO, TCRA, and the Ministry of Information, Communication and Information Technology for organizing this important event here in Zanzibar, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. Perhaps I conclude by encouraging participants from outside Tanzania, as was said by Deputy Principal Secretary. Should you find it desirable to extend your stay for a few days more after this event to explore what Tanzania can offer in terms of tourism attractions, I recommend to you, if possible, to arrange a visit to the highest mountain in Africa and the highest freestanding mountain in the world, the Mount Kilimanjaro. It is the 8th wonder of the world. So it's an opportunity that you should never miss. You may as well visit Ngorongoro Crater, the famous National Park Serengeti and Selous, just to mention a few. And for here in Zanzibar, you can arrange a visit to famous World Heritage Site, the Stone Town, which is in the near proximity. You will find many interesting historical places like the slave chamber, the slave market, the old churches, the Portuguese fortress, you find it there, the famous narrow street. You can just explore it. But as was said by Deputy Principal Secretary, you could as well arrange a spice tour. It's not very far from here, just 10 to 12 kilometers. And you will see a range of spices that Zanzibar do provide. The cloves, the turmeric, nutmeg, and so many. You will enjoy it visiting that place. But you can as well arrange to enjoy the lush vegetation, azure Indian Ocean waters, white sand beaches in the north and east of Unguja Island. Distinguished guests and participants, with these few remarks, may I now declare the Commonwealth Telecommunications Organization Human Resource and ICT Forum 2023 with the theme of digital transformation, building a future-ready here at Hotel Verde in Unguja, Zanzibar, is now officially open, and thank you for your kind attention. Na asanteni sana sana kwa kunisikiliza.